Today's lesson is looking at the difference of two squares. Now this is still a factorising topic, but there's a little twist to it. So if you can get title, grade and date into your book, make sure you've underlined your title. If we look at this first question, you'll notice that there's only two parts to the question. The x squared part and then the number. So there's no x bit in the middle. Now if you notice, x is a squared letter and the 25 at the end is a square number. So this is why it's called the difference, i.e. take away, of two squares. Now what we do for this one, again, is still a double bracket, and still, because it's x squared and x in both, but this time we need to do something that means the x term in the middle just disappears. What we do is we take the square root of this number at the end. So here, the square root of 25 is 5. In other words, what number times by itself makes 25? Now that's 5. So what happens is we put 5 in both brackets. But in order for there to be no x term in the middle of this, that means that one of them needs to be a plus and the other is a minus. So the x terms just cancel each other out. Now it doesn't matter which way round you put the plus and the minus, as long as you've got one of each and the numbers in the brackets are the same. So for this question, x squared minus 100, again, both terms are squared terms, so 100 is a square number. Well, the square root of 100 is 10, so that means in our two brackets we will have to have x and x to make the x squared, 10 in both because that's the square root of 100, and in order for them to cancel each other out we need 1 as a minus, 1 as a plus. Again, doesn't matter which way round they go. For the more complex version of this question, we get something like this. If you notice, we've now got a number in front of the x squared. But again, that number there is a square number. So if we get our brackets drawn on the page, this time we do the square root of both of the numbers. So the square root of 4 is 2. Now because that's the bit in front of the x squared, that means I'm going to need 2x in both. The square root of 25, so this number at the end, is 5. So that tells me that I need a 5 in both. In order for there to be no term with an x on its own, we still need 1 plus and 1 minus. So we've square rooted the numbers to give us each of the parts of our answer. Our final example is this. So 81x squared minus 25. So again, we need a little double bracket. The square root of 81 is 9. So because that's the bit in front of the x squared, that tells me we need 9x in both brackets. Once again, the square root of 25 is 5. So that's going to go into both brackets as well. In order for there to be only two terms, so no term in the middle there, we need 1 as a plus and 1 as a minus. You should now be able to attempt all of the questions on that worksheet.